Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be taken very short. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Hands up, lead! Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Hey, 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 hey! Hands up!
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Well, the Bengals and Seahawks meeting here in Week 1, and this is a combination that we haven't seen that often on the turf. If you look back to when the franchises began facing each other all the way back in 1977, but since then, just 20 meetings between the two teams. And the Bengals have won 11 of them, including the last meeting back in October of 2015. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
And it's third down.
To Dalton now. And able to find Green. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Dalton to Green for a Cincinnati first. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second and 9, Dalton. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's first and 10 up at the 46. Passing, it's Dalton. That's complete to John Ross. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Brings up second and 1 at the 45-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. They go back to the ground now with Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Hey, 0-0-0. Watch the back.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Chris Carson, 33 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance. And to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here?
Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it.
On second down, here's Mixon. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
It's now fourth down.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. So they are going for it. Now Dalton looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be taken very short. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Now it's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Come on, let's go.
At their own 5-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Dalton hovering near the goal line. And he goes down. Dalton couldn't get rid of it, and that will be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They've put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30.
Alert 3, alert 3. One left.
They run it with Carson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
56.
Boy, not what you want to see in quarter 1 of the new year. We'll be back.
Just like that.
On 2nd and 7, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
A first carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, Muhammad trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half-yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
What? 280. 56 is the mic. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready.
On 3rd down, Muhammad. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
What? 190. Mott's 56. Hey.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson, flush to his right. He's going to let it go. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf making quite a splash with his 2nd touchdown in his NFL debut as his guys continue to pour it on. The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is now an even 30. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Off the play fake to Mixon. This is Dalton. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sack. Jaron Reed muscles his way in for the sack.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Hauling it in, Nelson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. On first down, Muhammad. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden were going home with a loss.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Andy Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jaron Reed able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So the sack, and now it's 3rd and long for Dalton and the Bengals. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Returnable for Lockett. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, It's really hard to narrow that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
I got it. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline, and then...
and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And thll coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now it's Carson. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. On 3rd down, Carson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. This is Mixon. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing, Dalton. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Regular.
3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. Now, the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life, but it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
This will be taken short. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton, open man is Ross, complete. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there.
A gain of 6 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Hey, high 7.
They look to throw on third with Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Lead. 5-6.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
368. 58. Orbit. Nice. Come on, boy.
The final act of the first half, Dalton, and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line. Of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. And that's good for a Seahawks.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Wilson. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. They'll run on 1st down. Carson. Oh, look at the strength.
No.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I'm going back to you.
Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Nick Vigil coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Wilson, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Finley here, 3rd and long. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Jaron Reed giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. Now it's Lockett. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the road
true.
to be fairly clear
that is
by the
one
time
positive.
we have to leave the booth.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Wilson escaping the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
56, right there, 56. Hey, tight.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. He's got an open man, he completes it to Callaway. They got 29 yards that time. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 36. From the shotgun, Wilson. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf now with his 3rd touchdown in his 1st ever NFL game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Joe Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he'll be taken down, but not before. Before they work it across midfield.
His pass complete to A.J. Green.
Ready,
A
ready.
gain of
8-3.
27 on the play.
Hard.
First down, Bengals.
Hit it.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. And that one coming on his opening carry of the season. Do you give him a mulligan?
You would like to, but this game counts. If this were preseason, he'd get a mulligan. But this is for real, so not expecting that at all. Got to find a way to take care of it. I'm sure he'll get other opportunities.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Watch QB drop. Begin. Check. 4 down.
And here's Wilson. Going to throw again. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run again on first down. Anderson. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I'm coming.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finley, screen play, Anderson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On the run, it's Mixon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brandon Marshall in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's Wilson to throw. That's taken in by Callaway. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards on first down. It's Carson. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Wilson steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down, and all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now Myers for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A great run, but, you know, this is probably where the offensive coordinator is saying, geez, we could have used a couple of these earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's probably telling the head coach, well, talk to the run game coordinator about that. I just call the plays. We should have had this going right from the beginning.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Finley. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. This one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead will swell by one more. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
And only able to get two here. Stopped at the 30. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, foxtrot.
Finley to throw for it on 4th down. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the rookie quarterback is going to want to forget pretty quickly.
And what quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right?
It's just part of life on the road in the NFL. He has to learn from it and grow.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 now. Wilson.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back. Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
A 46-yard attempt.
And Myers able to knock it through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called